Alright friends, welcome. You notice, not too common for our videos, we are not on approach right now. We are at the airport and we are all started up, went through the startup procedures, everything's configured, set up. We are in a very, how do I put this, nautical Reykjavik still. Been here for several days, have not been able to fly all week. Very busy at work this week. We are in Reykjavik though still, and we're headed to Bergen in Norway. About a 2-hour flight. But I was going to do a part 1, part 2 video, just because I haven't done a flight in several days, and well, heck, why not, right? Anyway, let's. We've already gotten clearance delivery, and ground's already cleared us to head over to runway 19. Winds are out of the south-southeast here in Reykjavik this afternoon. Actually, this evening. Here in Reykjavik, it is currently 8 p.m. Very rainy, windy, 45 degrees, 44, 45 degrees. So we're going to make our way to Norway in this part 1, part 2 video. Should be fun. Heading around the world from west to east. Our last around the world trip was from east to west. I realize I'm not following the blue arrows, but the reason is because I don't want to take out all these planes with my wing. That's the... I do have a method to my madness. You see how windy it is. Really bad. You see the sock right here. Let's go actually inside the plane. Inside the plane, get back on the yellow line here. Ooh, it's dark and stormy. Look at that. Look at that sock. Really blowing. Really blowing here in Reykjavik. Little runway crossing. Make a big left turn. We have to use toe brakes to make this. Maybe run over a few lights that are inexplicably placed in the middle of the taxiway. Big patch today. I would have been flying about 2 hours ago, but for this patch that I installed that took a couple hours to install. So anyway, but it's 8 o'clock at night here in Reykjavik, and 2-hour flight. I think we'll probably be landing. I'm just kind of guessing. I didn't actually check the sunset in Norway, in Bergen, Norway, but I suspect it'll be dark or getting there. Let's leave it at that, huh? Okay. Make a U-turn here to runway 19. Man, it is lousy weather here in Iceland today. Okay. Stop on those hold bars there. There we go.
Reykjavik Tower, Cessna, November 34 Bravo.
Parking brake.
Runway 19 are ready for departure.
Get our lights set up. Oh, I never turned on our taxi lights. Sorry.
Cessna, November 343 Bravo, Whiskey, altimeter 29.88, wind 176 at 42.
42.
Runway 19.
Oh my God. Did you hear the winds?
Cleared for takeoff, runway 19 Cessna, November 343 Bravo, Whiskey.
Now, the sim does not report sustained winds. It reports gusting winds, so it's 176 at 42. So the winds are actually 2.5 from the south-southeast, gusting to 4.2. But goodness gracious, that is windy. Let's see how this goes. I'm sure nobody's coming. Not that I can tell. Let's get our anti-icing. We're going to need that, I suspect. All right, let's get out on the runway. Easier to do that when we deactivate our parking brake. All right. So we'll take off. We'll start heading east to Norway, and then we'll make our part 2 video when we get closer. I like their runway markings. That's pretty cool. All right. Back inside. Okay. Feet around the brakes. Yeah, you see the knots indicated right now is showing 23, 24 knots, even though we're not even moving. That's because that's representative of the winds headed straight at us. So we're going to lift off the ground here pretty easily. Activate nav, zoom out on our MFD. And then when we take off, we'll engage the autopilot and we'll head south here for a few miles before we get to 28 IRE, India Romeo Echo, and then we'll head east. Let's go. Flaps are confirmed 1 notch. Yes, they are. APU's off. Start our timer. Let's roll. Hold on 1 second. Just noticed one thing. I don't know that I ever... Actually, I believe I did set the 3,500 feet per minute on the VS. I thought I did. Anyway, it's set now, so let's go. Sorry about that. False alarm. Better to find that out now than right after you take off. And we're rolling. That wind's pulling us left. 25 knots sustained, gusting to 42. Good grief. And rotate. Man, that was easy. Positive rate, gear up. Autopilot's engaged. Rainy, rainy, rainy. Auto throttle is engaged. It's at 200 knots. Goodbye, Reykjavik. I only saw you at night and in a storm.
Going to 125.5 Cessna Tree Bravo Whiskey. Reykjavik Center says the November Tree 4 Tree Bravo Whiskey is at 1,600 feet, climbing 9,000 feet.
Already pea soup here, boys. Those landing lights off. 28 IRE, then we'll make our left turn. Bring in those flaps. Let's make sure they come in. Look at our wings. Nice. Engage the FLC. Ooh, look at those clouds. Nice. FLC is engaged. Set speed 220. Climbing nicely, 5,100 for 9,000. Still raining. See the water coursing over the windshield. Increase our speed to 240. As long as we're below 10,000, we'll stay below 250. It's an American rule, but it'll be one I'll follow here. Leveling out now at 9,000, waiting for further climb instructions. Passing over the L, Echo Lima NDB, non-directional beacon. Zoom out on our MFD from 5. Our range is currently 5. We'll set it at 20. There's our further climb instructions, up to 210. That's the 3 Whiskey.
Climb and maintain flight level 210 Cessna Tree Bravo
We'll
Whiskey.
set 210 on our altitude selector. Up to 21,000 feet. And as we get ready to pass through 10,000 feet, we'll start increasing our speed. Set it at 300. Selected airspeed set to 300 as we now pass 10,200 feet for 21,000 feet. Flight level 210. That may be one of the windiest takeoffs I've had in the sim. Sustained winds of 25 knots, gusting to 42. That is really some weather. No kidding, no joking. That is some weather. But the airplane handled it just fine. Didn't seem to have any issues with it on the takeoff roll. Again, we were... now that I've stopped relying on the weather as depicted on the setup page, which is always wrong, and instead just checked real life weather, which seems to usually be pretty damn close to correct in the sim, which is ironic because you'd think that why isn't the setup page using the same weather information that the sim is using once you jump into the game and get to your airport, right? Doesn't that seem kind of weird? Like, in theory, it shouldn't matter. I mean, it should be using the same data, and thus it would show this correct weather. Because once you get in the sim, it's fine. Ooh, we're coming out of these clouds. This looks sweet. Oh, that was sweet. Bitchin'. Look at that. Come on, you guys. You got to admit that's slick. Clouds on ultra. Oh, I'm just picturing my passenger's view right now. I always like that when I'm in airplanes and it goes from this, sort of clouds, nothing but clouds, then all of a sudden you'll pop out and you'll see the stunning blue skies, and then you'll be in clouds again. I've always enjoyed that. Well, we're still in the soup though right now. You caught a little glimpse of it with me. Passing through transition altitude here in a moment. I don't know why she seems to be struggling to get to 300 knots. It's kind of strange. We're at 270 right now. Flaps are up. Gear is retracted. Gear's up. Flaps are up. There's no speed brake deployment. Oh, look at this. We're coming out of it. Oh, man. Oh, I could just stare at this all day long. Look at that. Oh, man, the cloud engine. Fantastic. What a beauty. Sounds like we're getting up to 21,000 feet. Expect further climb instructions here. Starting to come up to 300 now. I don't know why. We're not heavy. There's no icing issues. All our equipment is configured properly. Look at that. We just came out. Oh my God. Oh. Up to 290. So that's 3 Whiskey. Look at the clouds. Oh. I could just stare at that all day. Anyway, okay, friends, we are climbing We're going to be cruising at flight level 410. We took off from Reykjavik via the, what did I write down? The L219 SID, Echo Lima 219 SID, for our 840 nautical mile flight, about 2 hours to Bergen in Norway, expected landing ILS runway 35 via Whiskey on the Etno 1P Star. ILS landing, ILS runway, that's always nice. Runway length 1,900 feet, airport elevation is 165 feet. So we'll check in for part 2 as we make our way here over Iceland right now, and then eventually the North Sea, just north of Scotland, to Norway. Fingers crossed, but we'll see you soon. Take care.